Paltrocast.
This is the Paltrobox. 5 things to open today. We will go with the biggest one first. We'll go with this box. Okay. Okay, so from Primal Harvest, Mind Fuel, Total Mail Plus, Primal Flex, and creatine. I've never taken creatine before, and it looks like one scoop has a variety of good supplements or nutrients in a proprietary blend, globally sourced ingredients but made in the USA. I see 2 capsules of this, 1 of that. If you take the one that is on my left there, it has the B1, B6, B12, plus some caffeine. 3 capsules of this one on the right, the Total Mail. I see B3, D3. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that it's not the same ingredients in everything, so you wouldn't be necessarily taking too much of any one thing. So that's an interesting thing to look into. But Primal Harvest, need to do more research on this brand and tell you. But I'm looking forward to trying the Mind Fuel. Definitely need that in the morning. And the Flex, the joint support is an important thing as you get a little older. Thank you, Primal Harvest, for sending. Next one, we'll go with the brightest colored one. I think it's a book. Hope I didn't slash it incorrectly. Harder to open than I thought. Okay. Oh, okay. Kelly Catlin. This is an author I know, a New Jersey-based author. This is a book about Kurt Cobain. I know that this one goes to a good cause in knowing Kelly because it is related to somebody that she lost in her life due to mental illness. And Kurt, you can say, took his own life for those kinds of reasons, but not here to bring everybody down, here to say, hey, it's a comprehensive book about one of the greatest songwriters of all time, one of the most commercially successful frontmen of all time, because we're still talking about Nirvana and Kurt, 30 plus years after his passing, and plus the Foo Fighters, which stem from Nirvana, one of the biggest bands of all time as well. Wow, okay, Kiss, that is an overlap I didn't know about. One of my favorite bands ever, and says the Melvan. I'm assuming that means the Melvins, who I've interviewed some of, who had ties to Nirvana. So it looks like it has some good licensed pictures in there. Looks like a lot of text. I heard a rumor that I was in the book. Putting myself on the spot here, because if I'm not in the book, then I looked like somebody who thinks a little too highly of themselves. Is my name in here? We'll go to the table of contents, and then we'll move on to package number 3. Well, I think I'm in here. I think at the time that Kelly was putting together the book, and I know this is one of the last Steve Albini interviews, but she interviewed me when I was promoting my David Lee Roth book called DLR Book Plug. But anyway, oh, I see Darren. No, that's it. That's a different spelling of Darren. Either way, I have to read this, not just to see if I'm in there, but because I love Nirvana. Package number 3, it says Fragile or Fragile if you like Christmas Story, which Melissa does, and hopefully she'll be on a video again soon. Okay. Hey dude, I know this will become your most prized possession. Enjoy. Okay, I really have no idea what this is. I knew that Kelly was sending a book. I didn't know somebody sending a prized possession, and potentially we have to edit this one out. We'll see. Really have no idea. Ah, I know what this is. And in turn, I know who sent this. This would have been sent by Steve Harold, an excellent filmmaker. Steve Harold, him and I became connected because of the Van Halen related podcast that I do called the DLR Cast. And this is a memento that is related to Van Halen. At the peak of Van Halen with David Lee Roth, bands were starting to do corporate sponsorships of their world tours. I think Rolling Stones was the first. And so Van Halen kind of did the exact opposite, where they had a Los Angeles exterminator company sponsor the tour, kind of as a joke. And this is the logo of that. So I have to find out if Steve bought this figurine or somebody made it or whatever it is. But I'm going to link to some of Steve's work. Great filmmaker. Somebody you should hire if you ever needed editing work as well. Can't speak today. But thank you, Steve Harold. I think Joint Films is the name of his company. Got another one. And this is from, I'll cheat and I'll look at the label. Zip-ons. Okay, they've been on the Paltrobox before. So it is a tire that's meant for people who have limited abilities to zip up, or limited abilities rather to put on their gear if they're wearing a brace, a cast, limited mobility issues, etc. So BeFreeCo.com is it. We'll also put a link to the prior one that we unboxed from them, but youth and adult products both. I believe these are shorts. We will open it up and see. And one more product after this that we will get to, so we're almost done. So these are shorts. I wear shorts a lot. See the little logo from the brand right there? Okay, thank you for sending zip-ons. Last but not least, okay. Oh, looks like there's a second section. Very well packed. Okay. It says Vehicle Viking. Vehicle Viking. Are these two the same? Large. Oh, so they generally sent two of them. It's from Steer Rags. I think this came from the UK. Vehicle Vikings, and this says Trucking Titans. Okay, I have to look more into what that means. I know that Vikings are still all the craze these days. People drive trucks, etc. So the bottom line is cool logo, very soft, seems comfortable. Gildan, that usually fits much better than the American Apparel thin ones. Generally, I have to worry about that kind of stuff. So we're going to find out more about the brand, put that in the copy. So for the recap, the Steer Rags, thank you for sending. Kelly Catlin, thank you for your book about Kurt Cobain. Steve Harold, thank you for sending this great Van Halen related figurine that will go on the shelf. We have Primal Harvest and their supplements. And we have the zip-ons, which we'll put the pamphlet to with that. So more or less, you have stuff to keep you healthy, theoretically, stuff to entertain you, stuff to wear, and stuff to remind you about Van Halen. Thanks for everyone who is still watching, and thanks to everyone who sent these great, great things for us to have at home.